A game changer in the vaccine race is being made right here in Baltimore. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine is just waiting on federal approval to be shipped out around the country.
WJZ Investigator Mike Hellgren takes us inside the South Baltimore facility where life-saving work is underway.
Inside these nondescript buildings in Baltimore, people are racing day and night in the fight to vaccinate America. This is the bioreactor, the heart of a unique facility in southeast Baltimore where workers will make the coronavirus vaccines that could save thousands of lives across the country.
We actually grow the cell cultures, infect them with the viral vectors, and then ultimately purify the viral vectors out, which elicits an immune response in humans.
Emergent Biosolutions granted WJZ rare access to this secure campus in Bayview. In this room, employees are suited up, and inside these tanks, they'll make the long-awaited Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
We have a significant opportunity to potentially save tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of lives over the coming months.
Sean Kirk is the vice president in charge of manufacturing.
Do you ever stop and think how important this is to the health of people around the world?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every day our folks are working many, many long hours to beat this pandemic, and the thing that keeps them motivated is the fact that we are going to be producing hundreds of millions of doses over the coming year.
The company has a $480 million contract with Johnson & Johnson and another $174 million contract with AstraZeneca, and will produce both of their vaccines.
We're doing our best for everybody. Be patient.
And they can't come soon enough, with people across the country frustrated at vaccine shortages.
You can't get an appointment, you can't buy an appointment, so what we gonna do?
The Johnson & Johnson vaccine requires only a single shot and no special super cold freezers.
You can get a shot of the J&J, and you know, 10, 14 days later, you're already starting to have a substantial amount of protection.
Listen to how one of Governor Hogan's top advisors describes it.
The authorization of this vaccine could be a game changer.
What does this mean to the people of Baltimore, that so much of this vaccine is being produced right here in Baltimore City?
You know, I want the people of Baltimore to be proud of the fact that Emergent's here, to be proud of the fact that many of the residents work in this facility.
About 300 people are working around the clock here at this facility.
Kirk tells WJZ they're ready for the federal government to green light the public's emergency use of Johnson & Johnson. It could take several weeks for the FDA to review results from the clinical trials.
If and when that happens, what happens here? Does anything change?
Nothing changes. I mean, we are wide open in manufacturing.
Johnson & Johnson and AstraZeneca representatives are on site at Bayview, and Kirk says the highest safety standards are being followed.
The accelerated timelines have not in any way jeopardized the safety that we build into these products from the very beginning.
The sterile bags lining the tanks can easily be changed out, so there's flexibility to make booster shots or whatever else is needed. At its facility across town in the shadow of the stadiums, Emergent has signed a deal to manufacture Lenzilimab, a possible treatment for COVID-19.
There's also a tremendous amount of work in the fight of this battle behind the scenes in facilities like ours and other facilities in the industry to make sure that collectively we beat this pandemic.
The front lines in the COVID-19 battle right in our own backyard. Mike Hellgren, WJZ.
Mike, that was such a fascinating behind-the-scenes look. Thank you for joining us to talk more about your story.
Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, everybody.
So first, this is a single-dose vaccine. You will only need one shot, but how effective is it?
So it is 57% effective against the South African variant. However, nobody who got the vaccine, the real vaccine in the trials, was hospitalized or died. In the United States, it's roughly 72% effective, more than 80% effective against the most severe illnesses, the most severe symptoms of the coronavirus. So that's very good. It's not quite as effective as the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines that we're seeing out there right now, but it's still very good. A typical year, the flu vaccine is 40 to 60% effective, so anything over 50% is pretty good.
Mike, we know that Johnson & Johnson just applied for emergency use authorization from the FDA. What is the timeline? When could this be approved?
So, Lynn, February 26th, the FDA committee is going to meet, and they are expected to hopefully give the green light then. So we're talking the end of February, and then it could start shipping out immediately. We know that the U.S. government has a contract for more than $100 million to provide doses. They think that they can get those doses out right away, and they're going to be cranking them out right here in Baltimore.
Incredible work being done right here in Baltimore. Mike, thank you so much for this story.
You are very welcome.
We'll be right back after this with more news, traffic, and weather.